first. All eyes on the lights. Who will be first in the Far East as the 2024 Shanghai G P? It's lights out and we're underway. Good start for Jake Hughes, not bad also from Stoffel Vandoorne off the front row. Keep an eye out for Da Costa trying to challenge as we head 3 wide down towards the first corner. Vandoorne on the inside, Hughes slots into second. Da Costa does indeed slot into third place. Nick de Vries coming under pressure here from Norman Nato as we go sweeping through the first corner. Side-by-side action there with Nato versus de Vries as he tries to go to the outside, then switches back to the inside as he challenges for fourth place in this race and does manage to get the better of him. But a textbook start there for Stoffel Vandoorne here, Billy. He leads down towards turn 5 and 6. And it's going to be pretty nose to tail for the first 2/3, I reckon, of this lap. But as we said, 1 lap fewer in terms of the race duration. There goes Da Costa on the inside of Hughes for second at turn 10.
Yeah, Da Costa seems confident today. He's got a car underneath him that he can really push on with. I think he's going to be there trying to get the slipstream off of Stoffel Vandoorne there.
Alan Cox, race engineer there for Jake Hughes, just saying to close that deficit down to Da Costa in second.
Yeah, I think the reason for wanting to close the gap is again to benefit from that slipstream. When you take attack mode, all of a sudden there's a little bit of a gap emerging and you're pushing your own airs. We see some more battling going on in the last couple of corners. That's Nato and Jake Hughes going side by side. Looks like they've held fire with their positions through the last sector. The last sector is interesting for me, Tom, because we've got lots of side-by-side running, but it's getting through there, running side-by-side and still being efficient at the same time, right around the outside. Similar move to what Mitch Evans pulled off yesterday there to Norman Nato, really, you know, rolling the speed into the corner.
As Vandoorne goes into attack mode at the beginning of lap 4, can he hold the lead against Nato? Does Nato want to take the lead, though? That's the question. Where's he going to slot in? Hughes is going to get roughed out to the outside at turn 3. Get a driver's eye view of things from Antonio Felix da Costa as we flick it through the left onto the power out of turn 4. So Vandoorne goes for his first attack mode deployment of 2 minutes and slots in behind Norman Nato then, who now leads the race down into the braking zone of turn 6. You can see there Günther and Verne.
Oh, it shows how much quicker the pace of the race seems to be today.
Yeah, 1 lap fewer, but it's certainly challenging things. Here we go then with Da Costa looking on the outside of Vandoorne for second. Can he get through? Yes, he can. Around the outside for Da Costa, and you've got side-by-side action with Verne and Günther for 7th place as well as they come out of the final corner. So Nato it is that leads then at the beginning of the 8th lap of the race. Then it's Da Costa, then you've got Vandoorne, but not for long because Hughes is through and into 3rd position. Evans drops down into 9th place for now. So this mid-stage of the race, is he trying to do a Cassidy here possibly, James?
I don't
Here, the race engineer for Nick Cassidy sitting in 4th place. We heard him gesticulating on the team radio earlier. You can see they're lifting and coasting here on this start-finish straight. Nato's going to relinquish the lead. He needs to recover a bit of energy as you've got Cassidy versus Vandoorne for position as we go down the start-finish straight and into turn 1. Cassidy on the inside still. Vandoorne's going to have the switchback here. Is he going to challenge against Jake Hughes? Well, he's certainly poking a wheel half up the inside. We're still side-by-side here for 4th place. Cassidy on the outside. The track's going to flick it into this left-hander, and Vandoorne does reign supreme for the time being. Of course, he's in attack mode, so he's got that extra 50 kilowatts of power. Side by side down the start-finish straight here as we see Vandoorne going through for 3rd on Jake Hughes into turn 1. Oh, Verline's in the pits. Shake of the head. What has happened to Pascal Verline? He is out of the race, and this could be a critical moment in the German Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, this is a huge upset. I mean, he's been struggling all day. Perhaps something has actually broken on that car.
Moments ago that we're expecting the go moment to be with about 8 laps or so to go. So any time now, basically.
Cassidy's front wing is damaged from that moment there with Hughes in turn 1. That could be massively detrimental to him.
You can see Hughes here is really trying to expend energy. He's just had the hurry up from his race engineer, Alan Cox, as he looks for the inside line at turn 7. Nato's trying to firm it around the outside, but can Hughes keep a wheel on the inside? Close quarters between the two for second. A slip and a slide there for Hughes. He's going to go around the outside as we get team radio.
Copy that. Maximum efficiency still.
Yeah, I see what's going on. All good.
So Hughes then up into second, ahead of Norman Nato. In the background there, you've got Verne trying to challenge on Max Günther for 7th place as well.
I'm really nervous for that front wing of Nick Cassidy. I think that's going to be a problem to stay on the car for the rest of the race.
5 laps remaining here in Shanghai. And this has been a much faster, much more frenetic race. Now, what happened here to Sam Bird? Did he have a bit of contact? Oh, he got biffed off, didn't he? Was that with Robin Freitz in the Envision? It was. So let's have a look. He's going through on the inside. Oh, he just clattered into the side of Nick de Vries. I wonder why de Vries had dropped down the order, and that is why.
I mean, Nick de Vries got away with that one in terms of that he spun around and ended up facing the right direction, but that was a little bit clumsy there from Sam.
Yep, hit the brake pedal and seemingly nothing happened there for Sam Bird. It's probably the case when you hit it about 10 metres too late, though, James. Yeah, he's having a phenomenal run, isn't he, Norman Nato, in this race? And you saw Jake Hughes there, Billy, just pulling out the slipstream down the start finish straight.
I wonder whether that was just to manage those temperatures that we've spoken about. He just pulled out of the dirty air into some clean air just to get that fresh air through the car in order to cool it as much as possible going on to the final lap.
Is that to manage those temperatures? His engineer had told him he was safe on.
He's obviously just very wanting to get that podium. He doesn't want anything to stand in the way of it.
Well, it's still very much up for grabs here between Da Costa and Hughes. Just one mistake could cost Da Costa victory here, and Hughes knows that. They're down to the last 1% remaining of energy, but unless Da Costa fluffs his lines, it's going to come the way. But there is a bit of lap traffic in front as well that could potentially come into the fore here with Da Costa versus Hughes, so it's not over yet for victory as we head into the final sequence of corners. I think they're just going to be okay as Da Costa heads down into the braking zone of turn 10. Hughes sitting in second and Norman Nato in third. What a fantastic, commanding, controlled drive from Antonio Felix Da Costa. He comes around the final corner to take victory here in Shanghai. It's Da Costa's second win of the season. Jake Hughes takes his first ever podium in Formula E, and Norman Nato coming over the line in third place as well for a podium finish here. His last was at Rome in 23.
You won, baby!
And let's have a chat with those who've thrived.
You cannot keep a good man down. You've done it again. Your back's against the wall and you come out firing.
I love it. I love to come back swinging after some tough times. Or, yeah, yesterday sucked really how we lost those points at the end. But yeah, super happy to be able to perform like this today. The car was in such a good window. But yeah, there's a lot of management going on out there. You know, with the energy first and then with the temperatures after that. It's super hot today. And yeah, super happy with this. Great to have an Andretti car here on the Porsche powertrain as well on the podium. It shows that, you know, we're still the brand to beat. But yeah, super happy.
What happens to you mentally when disaster happens? How do you reset and go again?
There's a lot of things. Obviously, I think having the right people around you is number one priority. And man, when the times get tough, the tough get going, you know. So that's really how I look at it. Everybody goes through tough times, and you know, luckily for me, my tough times are when a racing car is not performing well or whatever. So you need to put everything in perspective, and I'm still such a lucky guy to call this my job. But yeah, today will be about celebrating on the flight at midnight back home. But yeah, good to have a couple of weeks off now before Portland, and yeah, let's hope that we can keep this going until the end now.
So Felix Da Costa taking it ahead of Jake Hughes, Norman Nato, Nick Cassidy and Mitch Evans losing out. Van Dorn, Eric Vergne with a problem with his front wing. Gunther Freins and Ollie Rowland rounding out your top 10. That's where the